بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. As we approach the 10th day of محرم, where the tragic events of Karbala culminated, I'd like to use this opportunity to remind ourselves about the main purpose of why we're gathered here in these few nights. Above all, we're here to learn about the important lessons that Imam Hussein alayhi salam exemplified in the events of Karbala. A few nights ago, I spoke about 5 of the important lessons that we can learn from Karbala and integrate into our everyday lives. And tonight, I'd like to discuss 5 more lessons. And these are an understanding of death, lawful means, patience, humiliation, and the needs of others. So the first lesson is having a wider understanding of death. Few people desire death, and the Holy Quran challenges the Jews for not welcoming death in view of their alleged special relationship with Allah. Imam Hussein alayhi salam extended our comprehension of death by drawing attention to these 3 points. Number 1, death is written for everyone, and no soul can escape it. Imam Hussein said, death is an adornment of life, as a necklace is an adornment of a beautiful woman. Number 2, death with dignity is better than a life lived in humiliation and sorrow. And finally, number 3, dying for the cause of Islam is martyrdom and a great honor. In his farewell to his relatives in Medina, Imam Hussein said, whoever joins us will be martyred. Those who remain behind will miss the victory. The second lesson is lawfulness and lawful means. Imam Hussein alayhi salam tried to persuade Umar ibn Sa'd from pursuing his evil objectives in Karbala. So he said to him, you promised government over Bilad al-Rayd today, yet you will never eat the wheat and bread of that area. Umar ibn Sa'd responded, barley will suffice. Realizing that he could never change Umar ibn Sa'd's mind, Imam Hussein said, those who use unlawful means to achieve their objectives never attain them. The third important lesson is patience. Allah tells us in the Holy Quran that those who remain patient will receive a reward without measure. Imam Hussein alayhi salam liked to bring up topics from the Quran and help others to understand it. That's why he was happy to remain patient in hardship and await his Lord's reward. Imam Hussein's patience wasn't out of weakness or helplessness, but was a demonstration of his steadfastness and bravery. Those who saw Imam Hussein on the day of Ashura reported, we've never seen a man as composed as Imam Hussein when his relatives and children were being slaughtered before his eyes. The fourth lesson is humiliation. In one of his speeches, Imam Hussein said that the authorities in Kufa had given him only 2 options, humiliation or death. Imam Hussein told the authorities, we don't accept humiliation. A tradition reported by Imam Sadiq records that other than not accepting humiliation, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given believers a choice in everything. The final lesson I'd like to discuss is the needs of others. In the Islamic terminology, giving preference to the needs of others is referred to as ithar. On the day of Ashura, the actions of Abu Fadl al-Abbas the brother of Imam Hussein, exemplifies ithar. Abbas battled bravely to gain access to the water of Al-Furat. And he gave no consideration to his own thirst, but instead strove to bring water to the tents for his brother and the women and children. In conclusion, we must understand that Imam Hussein alayhi salam's message is universal and not just exclusive to us Muslims. Therefore, we must strive to present the lessons, values, and morals that our Imam personified in Karbala in positive and appropriate ways, so that the rest of humanity can also learn and benefit from it. How can we do that, you might be asking? Well, today we live in a world that's more connected than ever, thanks to advancements in technology. We have great tools in our hands, like the internet, which makes it possible for anyone to deliver a message to the world. As long as we all have access to the World Wide Web, we're able to use the resources such as Facebook and YouTube. We all have a proper platform which we can use to raise awareness about a lot of current issues. We can all be vocal and raise awareness about the oppression and injustice which is still omnipresent in many places in the world. Places like Iraq, Syria, and Yemen, where many atrocities and crimes against humanity are being committed without an outcry from the global community. Places like Burma, where a minority group is being massacred for no apparent reason than following Islam. It's our duty and responsibility to be vocal about issues that the community is silent about. I would like to end my talk with a quote from Nelson Mandela, one of the greatest leaders and speakers of our time, who was inspired by the example of Imam Hussein to fight injustice and oppression. He mentions in his biography, "I've spent more than 20 years in prison. Then on one night I decided to surrender by signing all the terms and conditions with the government. But suddenly, I thought about Imam Hussein, the Karbala movement. And Imam Hussein gave me the strength to stand for the right of freedom and liberation. And that's exactly what I did. Assalamu ala Hussein, wa ala Ali ibn al-Hussein, wa ala awlad al-Hussein, wa ala ashab al-Hussein jami'an, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh."